Alright, so this is a baler that I'm looking at. I've gotten to the point now that we've lost a month of haymaking, and I've got an opportunity to buy a good old baler. It's been sitting outside for a long time though, so there might be some problems with it. And you know, we just don't want problems, but it's one of those things that I got to roll the dice on the gamble, I guess. And we're going to come up with a price here for it. It has a lot of good features. It doesn't look like it's had too much done to it with it. You can see that this ball is a little bit screwed up, but this ball is easily replaced through AGCO. I don't know why that's all chipped up like that. It's kind of weird whether they didn't. That usually happens when you don't have it tightened down. I know that's an expensive little ball, but I think I can figure something out there. That they need a grease zerk that goes in the side of them, and I would definitely do that to it if I purchase this baler. Yeah, it's a Heston 4900. I don't know how many hours or bales it has through it. I really don't have any clue. I wish I did though, because it'd be a whole lot nicer. But the shape of the pickup is pretty decent. Oh, there's a pissed off wasp right there. Yeah, and it's not cold out, so he could get me. You can tell a lot by about these balers by the pickup tines, and they're not in too god-awful bad a shape. They all seem to be somewhat, you know, they're pretty stiff. They're all there, obviously, and I like the bigger bands. These are heavy duty. The augers tell a story of they're getting sharp, so they've done some work, but I don't know how much. That's the whole thing, is how much work has this baler done. Obviously, they put new cylinders on there, made in Canada, well greased and maintained. But my main issue with it is, are these electronics any good? It's the trouble with these balers. If you sit them outside, you get shit like that. See, that's a wire that's hanging down on the inside of the bale chamber. Whoever had bought this baler new, they put this plastic in right away because there's absolutely no rubbing, or the paint hasn't rubbed off on that ever. But now that the plastic is loose and stuff, it's old. I mean, this baler is probably 15 years old at this point. Yeah, I'd have to say it's probably 15 years old, and that plastic is too. It had an accumulator on it. You can see where the accumulators mount onto them, there and there. Yeah, so here's the lights. You know, you have your lights for the in and out. Don't get yourself up in the needles, it'll ruin your day, kind of a thing. I see the baling twine has gotten wrapped up in that wheel down there. I don't know why that's like that. I don't know how much twine is in it. Yeah, they've pretty much got a full stack of twine in there, which is okay. You need a goddarn ladder to get up in there. Now, I haven't been around these balers too much. These are the good ones, though. My personal opinion about the Hestons is when they put that AGCO name on the side of it, the quality of the baler actually went down. Yeah, so, and there's some things that could be done to this baler to increase its capacity because it has such a short... Somebody's after me. That's Joe. Hold on here. Let me get after him. Hold on. Yeah, to increase the capacity of this baler, to make the bales nicer and tighter and squarer, you can extend obviously you can extend the boards back a little ways because there's plenty of room here. You just weld on about, I don't know, a couple feet. You weld on a couple of feet, like 18 inches. And another thing that you can do, this has the wedges in it. And as you can see, that calcification on the inside there, that tells me that there's been acid through this baler. Plus the deterioration of the plastic is indicating an indication of acid application. So yeah, acid also, or preservative I should say. Here's a little bit of a nightmare. What's this? Oh, this is for the accumulator. Yeah, so this is for the accumulator. And that's kind of, somebody backed into it and kind of screwed that up. So there could be an electrical nightmare with this thing. I don't know. Here's another indication of how many bales are through it. They always wear right here, these little saw teeth here. Alright, so this is the size of the bale you want to have, and it comes down. There's usually some wear here, which it doesn't appear to have any wear there at all. So I actually have a neighbor that has one of these things. You may have saw his baler. I'm going to take a photo of this just because I can. I'm trying to get an accurate reading as to what I want to pay for this thing. And of course those there, but it hasn't been used in years, and you know, you start getting this type of stuff here where the wires are getting pinched and chewed up like this. This is not good. That's never any good when you have wires. Well, like this, here's the wire. It's just the casing is coming off, and yeah. So anyhow, I guess I better get my ass out of here because I've looked at it enough. But it seems to be, here's another indication of wear too. I mean, if you open this up and, let's see, can I get that to close? Yeah, there we go. There, okay, so you can see right here, there is some wear on those sprockets. You see how they're kind of bowed back a bit, so there is some wear there, obviously. And whoever had it before me, or not before me, before them, they kept them chains really lubricated, which can be good and bad. I mean, it attracts dirt and dirt wears stuff, so you have that to deal with. And here's another. The dogs actually don't look too bad in there. Here's another spot where it would wear. Right here at the top, you can feel an indentation where it stops, and it doesn't seem to have too much. But yeah, so this is new. This is not the correct one. So somewhere this thing has had a revamp of. This is just the extractor. So if you have a needle failure, that thing there, in theory, is supposed to extract the needles. But if it doesn't work, is that the needle extractor? Yeah, needle extractor. That pulls the needles back out of the bale chamber. But if it doesn't work, you shear that bolt and fuck the whole program. And that's the end of it. That's been replaced. And you know, when you have things that are replaced like that, it just lets you know that there's probably been some problems with it. And I don't really want to buy a nightmare. I just want to buy something that's going to work and work for me in the manner that I need it to work. I need to get my hay baled. I am very, very late getting this hay baled, and I have tractors. That's not a problem. I only have one baler, and if that baler goes down, being a month behind, I'm going to be pulling my god-darn hair out. So I think that's going to be a go. We'll just see if we can come together on a price on it, and that will be that. Oy. I don't even know how many bales are through it, and I don't think they do either. But anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.